It's all about the presentation, sir.
Is that our problem?
Welcome to Unrolled, episode number 65. My name is Mike. This is Chuck over here, and the world famous photographer. Dude, I thought I was going to be the worst dressed person today, but fucking Drew outdid me.
Hey, you know what? Oh, man, I love it.
You got all kinds of colors going on.
I mean, there's
I like it.
There's a theme through it all. There is purple.
Okay. Is it National Prince Day?
What's up with this water? How much was that water? Made by Casey's.
It was the same price as, like, the whatever. Not a little, like 50 cents more than Dasani. But it's this metal glass bottle, so you can refill it.
And it's less plastic.
Yeah.
Made by Casey's.
Well, that's fine.
I don't know. It's ultra purified.
Ultra purified. That's running through the gas pump before it's running through the fucking water pump.
It's probably more powerful than their gas.
I drink, shit. It's a cheap one. But it's unfluoridated. It's not fluoridated or anything like that. No fluoride, no nothing.
Fluoride.
And it's a cheap one, too. It's a, it's one of the popular ones around here. I can't think of the name of it now.
Mine was 8 cents.
It's not that cheap.
That's 8 cents.
Yeah, but that's just like they poured that out of the tap into
the
bottle and sold it to your dumb ass.
Yeah, the guys at Sam's Club, they dig through the recycling.
Probably.
They stretch the bottles back out, and then they fill them from the tap.
Well, that's all they got to do is put hot water in it.
That's fine.
This bottle will stretch back out and form again.
Right, it's fine. It's fine.
So much money into that bottle, though. Petroleum manufacturing.
8 cents, man.
I think they should go back glass. Everything tastes better in glass anyway.
Is there any? Oh, yes, there's a Farm Fresh that's still here, right?
No.
Well, it's Oberweis now, but yeah.
There's
That's
no
Oberweis?
Yeah.
Well,
there's no
it's a Farm Fresh store. There's no Farm Fresh milk.
Yeah.
It's Oberweis.
I think
it's Oberweis milk. Now it's the same milk though.
I think Chester closed down. I think
so. Yeah.
I think the actual dairy closed down down in Chester, Illinois. Home of Popeye. If you're looking for a vacation destination, I should highly recommend.
They have a Popeye festival down there.
They do have Popeye Festival.
I have been to it. It is the most boring thing I've ever been to in my life.
Well, I mean, it's like going to the Superman Festival in Metropolis, Illinois.
It was literally 4 carnival rides in a petting zoo with goats.
Well, Metropolis has Dippin' Dots. At least they did the last time I was there. You been down there?
To Metropolis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They had some cool little, like, boutique shops and stuff when we came through the last time. It was, but it was, it was completely dead because it was a Sunday afternoon. I thought we were coming back from.
Uh-oh.
We stopped and
we've been down there a couple times to take the kids down there. Have you ever been down to the Bonne Terre Caves?
I have not.
Dude, that is a really great time. The little boat tour. And, like, Jacques Cousteau has dived there. They used to do the X Games, what are they called? Jet ski races down there.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about.
Yeah, it's super cool, man.
Is it an old mine? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
Well, and then it's like they have to pump so much out all the time.
Is that an elevator one? You gotta take an elevator to get into it?
I think it's stairs. It's been a long time since I've been down there. But there's like old mine town shit that's set up. It's all fake. But
it's all fake.
But it's a cool little tour. There's like one little hole that like fish and different things can get dropped down in there and stuff. That's how they lower the jet skis in. Well, when they were doing the races down there, Jacques Cousteau dove down, and all they have to do is turn the pump up, and then they can go walk around down there.
Got lights and everything down there.
Yeah, it's neat. I got a really good friend of mine who's a master diver, and he says it's cool for this area, but like this dude dives in the ocean and shit like that. So, like he goes to Florida to dive.
You can go on a boat tour of a cave in Indiana too.
Oh,
there's all kind of cave tour things in Indiana. So
I've never talked to like a diver. how well do those wetsuits keep you warm? Like, do they provide?
Well, they keep you dry.
But like,
Why do they call them wetsuits?
Is there called level
When
of
they keep you
insulation?
dry.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat. There's actually elements you can put into like if
Well,
you're
it traps all your body heat, so.
right. Yeah, I mean, you're staying warm.
Okay.
This guy dives like that's kind of his whole life. He's like an all-in dude. Super awesome guy. But yeah, he like I wouldn't want to go diving with him. And I was asking him the other night. We were having dinner with him, and he so he teaches people how to dive. Like he has his own diving school and shit. That's why he's always in Florida. But he goes, man, you know, this last group of students was just absolute morons. I go, well, what makes a good? I said, what makes a good student? He goes, someone who has common sense and who doesn't panic.
So none of the generation below.
Right, us, right.
Yeah.
No.
So I was like, no shit. I was like, well, maybe I'll check out that diving thing. He goes, it's really expensive. And I was like, I probably won't check out that diving thing. So, but it's like, you know, like it's for when shit goes wrong.
Well, yeah, a good dry suit costs a bunch of money.
I'm sure it does.
I'm not calling it a wetsuit no more.
Yeah, calling it a dry suit.
It keeps you dry.
Well, you're wet on the outside though. So I mean,
Are you though?
the
water's not wet.
How do you know?
Water isn't wet.
I mean,
so
you're not.
Are you wet on the outside?
I don't
Does
know.
it have any permeability?
I don't think so.
No.
So you can just keep filling it with your own urine and drowning your own urine?
Yes.
I
Then you'll really be warm.
I mean, for a while, I guess, until that gets cold.
Right.
Oh, dude,
Sterile. I like
Dude,
it.
I've almost pissed on myself on the motorcycle one time because I was so cold. I just couldn't. Like, I was so cold I couldn't
Just
pee.
let it go, man.
You had a pair of gloves this entire time? Yeah. It's the Rockies. I'm going to rewind a second because Chuck mentioned something and stuff always stays in my brain, and you guys make fun of me for going back to stuff. But talked about fluoride, so how do you feel about fluoride in the water?
There shouldn't be fluoride in the water. Fluoride's an off-product of chemical waste.
Yeah, so why do you think it's in there?
Lots of reasons. You know it dissolves the enamel on your teeth too. You know that?
Well, they say it's supposed to help the enamel in your teeth.
It dissolves the enamel on your teeth. You know how I know that? I have weak enamel on my teeth, and I'm not supposed to brush my teeth with anything with fluoride in it, and everything has fluoride in it. So
does it weaken the enamel? I mean, obviously not dentist or anything, but does it weaken the enamel but kill the bacteria that cause the cavities, or like what's
it's supposed to strengthen the enamel. So I don't know. I just know that I have hereditarily. Is that a word?
Yeah, I think
Whatever.
so. Maybe we made it.
I have weak enamel in my teeth, and brushing my teeth will actually cause them to rot faster. So unless I use baking soda and peroxide, and if you've ever done that, you'll never do it again.
How do you feel about the claim that it is used by the government to make you more docile and open to suggestion and controllable?
I mean, it's in the water for some reason, ain't it?
Yeah.
Why don't we have GHB in the water then? I mean, that's literally the definition of what that drug does.
Because fluoride.
I mean, you can still be
Because
productive.
fluoride was getting in the water on accident, and they couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. So that's the story anyway.
Right.
They couldn't figure out how to get rid of it,
Sure.
so they were just like, it's good for you.
Right. I was watching a little YouTube clip on psychedelics, and it went into like how the government went to bashing it and the smear campaign of it and everything else. And it's like, you know, this is the same government that told you that, you know, you're all going to die from the last disease that was going
Well,
around.
they've been telling you that forever.
Sure, you know, and it's like, it's such, you know, I love marketing, and I love watching the government market. You know,
The masters at it because they know exactly how we think.
yeah, well,
Exactly
they
how we
spend
think.
billions in knowing how we think, you know, and now it's just getting easier because it's literally looking at my Google fucking search. Come on, man.
Do you use any other search engine besides Google, or is that the one you use?
That's just the one I do.
You can still use Google. You're gonna bring up DuckDuckGo probably.
No,
you can still use Google. You just have to look harder.
I feel like DuckDuckGo is easier, but it's still compromised, you know?
Yeah, and it all is. Unless you're getting on an onion on a torrent. It all is. And
Yeah.
even that's going to be compromised.
I don't.
I mean, do you think they don't know about those search engines too? I mean, fuck out of here.
So I had a friend of mine. So I love, like I said, I love business and I love marketing, and I joined this mastermind group, right?
Okay.
And I joined it first year, and the first year it was really great, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I got out. You know,
because there wasn't no
mastermind.
masterminds there.
right. So and everybody's
wheat noodles.
So I watched this lady. She was in I want to say Tampa, and I watched her get with these two top guys. They weren't the guys in the mastermind. So she gets with these guys and runs their gyms, and just gets royally fucked over. And so I posted. She posted the whole story, man. Times, dates. She documented everything, right? And and it takes a little bit of balls to come out against all these people because they have such a following, right? Mm-hmm. So I posted on there. I was like, I'll tell you, I got out of there when I figured out it was nothing but fucking cheerleaders. There ain't nobody doing shit. Ain't nobody doing shit except for collecting the checks of the people who started this motherfucker. It's a pyramid scheme.
There ain't no masterminds no more any damn way.
There's still a few good guys out there, but everybody's got their thing, and I like listening to a little bit of Gary Vaynerchuk, a little Andy Frisella,
but it's all manipulation.
Ryan Stewman. Well, because what are they doing? You could start a mastermind for chiropractic offices.
They're manipulating you to keep watching because Vanderchuck's not bad. But it's still manipulation. He's still manipulating you for likes. Because that's how he's making it.
Well, sure. And
still manipulation.
Well, yeah, and that's all it is. It's just building. It's amazing what you can do on the internet. You can be so fucking popular on the internet.
You can be so fucking stupid and be so fucking popular on the internet. Right.
And then the money comes. It's amazing. Like, we don't have to have jobs. You can literally be a fucking influencer,
right,
and get paid.
Right.
It's mind blowing. Like
and all you're doing is regurgitating some ignorant ass shit.
Right. Do you think like Tony Robbins is just like, motherfuckers? I started this shit.
Right.
I started this motherfucker.
I mean, he may have reorganized some things from other people. And
well, that's all it is.
And,
I can tell. Like, there was a local guy here, and he still does it. But he got back in his lane. But he was like, I can help any business grow. Yeah, I mean you can, but the business owner has to be participant. You can't fucking make something do something unless the product is quality. Then you have something to market. But these guys that think they're an absolute marketeer of anything, get the fuck out of here. Like there's
it's easy now. All you have to do is get enough people to cheerlead behind you that others will follow, like lemmings. That's all it is. You get enough people to jump off the cliff with you that the rest of them will perk up and go, where's he going?
Well, I'd like to jump off a cliff, like into some water. Mm-hmm. It's been some years since Yeah, it's been some years since I jumped. I haven't jumped at all. I'd probably fucking break something now. Dude, we jumped off everything in this area.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, fucking everything.
When did they close off the blue pool?
Oh, shit.
It's always been closed off.
When we were
I mean, like, I know it's...
I mean... My dad used to dive that.
Yeah.
My stepdad used to dive that shit. Like, it wasn't closed off.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
But as far as we've been alive, it's been closed off.
Yeah, they used to dive that motherfucker. And you can go under and then come back up. But they filled it in because people were dying and
That's
shit.
what I was asking. Because I swear that...
I think it was the 70s.
Yeah, it's
70s. It's been that long?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dylan, but now what's great is the youth fucking, like Dylan, goes up there and fucking does shit and just puts it on the internet so everybody knows. We used to like, in high school, people were like, hey, where you guys partying at? And I'm like, if we didn't like them, we always told them Blue Pool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe just a Blue Pool. And then we would fucking never go to Blue Pool. We went to a house party. We never
went to Blue. We hang out across the street. We never went to Blue Pool ever.
Really? Yeah. No. I mean, have you ever been? You've been. Well, yeah. You took the drone back there. Yeah.
Back there.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the Blue Pool, but I mean, it's it's just all filled in anyway. You can't do shit back there. But
well, it's still got water in it.
Yeah, it still has
Yeah,
water
it's
in
still
it. I
got
mean,
water
fuck.
in it.
But you can't dive and just like do anything.
No, I think they've actually like thrown like a fucking shit ton of rock and shit from the quarry in.
Oh no, it's bottomless.
So I wonder if that was is it a natural formation or was it a mining situation?
I think they mine there, but I think the pool itself was somewhat natural but it just connected to the cave, so the water had somewhere to go.
Oh, okay.
So, but that you've been back to the grotto. Have you been
I
to the?
think so, yeah.
Have you been to the grotto? Like it's kind of squeeze through a crack to get into.
Oh,
this
like
pool.
where the pie summer or the
Yeah,
where they
yeah,
moved it? Yeah, back through there. Yeah,
you've been in.
Oh no, I haven't been in there.
Yeah, I've
where that
jumped.
waterfall is.
Yeah,
and all-
yeah, I've jumped into that grotto. Like I swam in it. I mean, you can almost touch all the way around. It's just a little thing, but it's all the water and probably sewer that comes through the bluffs and then drains into that one little grotto, and it's beautiful because it's naturally made. I mean, it's just water creating this cavern right there.
Right.
Yeah, it was a hot night. It was a hot night. There was a lot of drinking involved, and so I just jumped in with all my clothes on. So,
Might as well.
well, I mean, fuck, it's already back there with cell phone flashlights.
No, I quit. I quit going back that far in that cave after that slab fell. So we were in the cave, and a part of the roof fell. We were in there
horrifying.
partying. Yeah, I don't.
Dude,
I'll still go like in the back area. I'll still go in there a little bit, and if they didn't fence the front off real bad, I'd go in there a little bit still. You'd still go that far in, but we used to go in and build fires and party in there.
Yeah, no, it is.
And I that slab fell. It wasn't very big, maybe about the size of this table, which is big, but not that big.
That'd kill you.
Oh yeah,
It'd kill you,
shit, a little one would kill you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was it for me. It didn't fall anywhere near us. It fell like over there. You know what I mean? But it was deafening. Bam! Oh man, I never went that far back in again.
Enough to sober you up real quick.
Right.
All right, you know what? Let's pack this shit up and go.
Right.
Yeah, I always wanted to take some floaties. You know that square area that's always got water in it? It's like almost always, and it kind of wraps around a little bit. It's to the right.
Yeah.
I always want to take floaties and like a barbecue grill back there and just fucking chill in there for an afternoon. So I don't know why it's always illegal to do the fun stuff.
Well, probably because giant slabs fall off the roof and try to kill people.
Maybe
Shouldn't be going in there.
the kids now go to the Albee Street quarry.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Dude, they take some like filtered up Instagram photos. Shit looks like it's
Really?
fucking Cancun, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, and like the cops always know because there's cars parked where there's no cars. I mean, kids ain't smart, man. But yeah, they go there and swim and
Kids aren't
shit.
smart at all, man.
They go there and swim, and man, that'd be a fun place to fucking go fuck around. I'm just too old to catch a case for fucking trespassing. Like I know it's just a fine.
I've been in a lot of quarries.
Yeah, quarries are fucking pimp, dude.
I've been in a lot of quarries.
I've been in a ton of like old quarries that were turned into offices and shit. Out in KC, they had a big side of a bluff, and it was turned into. There was a mushroom farm in there, and they grew mushrooms. There was an envelope factory.
An envelope factory.
These motherfuckers just made envelopes. That was my customer. Was the envelope factory. But it's big enough for like semi trucks to drive through and shit. Because semi trucks drove through. With rock.
Well, we used to go over to Hardin, over across the ferry by the slough. There's a quarry back there we used to go into all the time.
That's the Pullman slough.
Yeah, we used to go in that quarry that's over there all the time.
Yeah.
Steal the truck, drive the truck around,
For
crash it. Yeah,
Oh, man.
all the time.
I've only stolen one truck.
We didn't ever take it out of the quarry.
Well, no. I mean,
We
you
drove
want
around the quarry.
it there for the next time.
They no, they were stealing copper, and I didn't realize we were there to steal copper until we were stealing copper. But at that point, you're already fucking there. So why
Right.
not drive the truck around and crash it? You know what I mean? So, but that's why they were taking the truck up to get copper. Dude, I have no idea how any of this we got away with any of this when I was young. They put that spool of copper. I say we, I was with them, but I wasn't a part of it. I was part of it because I was with them, but I
Right.
was like, dude, fuck you. I don't want nothing to do with this. But they put that spool of copper in Pullman Slough, okay? Across the Grafton Ferry, Pullman Slough. They put that spool of copper in the back of a '94 Thunderbird in the trunk.
Did it?
of a 94 Thunderbird. No, it did not fit.
Okay.
It hung out the back.
Okay.
And then they drove it from Pullman Slow to Cahokia Creek, the other side of Meadowbrook,
Okay.
to burn it.
Okay.
That spool of copper was hanging out the back of the fucking
Yeah,
trunk.
I mean, just to avoid the police the whole way is.
Did they take the ferry back?
We took the ferry back.
The ferry was owned by the Pullmans at the time, so that's cool.
We took the ferry back. We took the ferry back. We went straight through Grafton. We went straight through Alton. We went straight through Bethalto and Wood River.
How much does something like that weigh? Pretty heavy.
I didn't touch it. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, statute of limitations is probably.
So my thing was, if I don't touch it, then my fingerprints on it, I can't get charged with it. Yeah, that's not how it works. But
No.
and then they burnt that son of a bitch all night out on Cahokia Creek, right off, not even that far off the fucking road. How did they not get? And they would do this like I went with them that time, but they would do this was a constant thing for them. They did it all the time.
What was copper back then? Fucking
Expensive.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Just the volume of it, probably.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Who you sell it to? Or who do you,
Any scrapyard.
oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just get rid of the spool and then you go and sell it?
Well, they burn it on the spool,
Okay.
and that burns all the sheathing off of it.
Right.
Oh,
They
it had sheathing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they take it and they sell it.
Well, that's not toxic or anything.
No.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, well, neither was the meth. Neither was the meth they were smoking the entire time they were doing this. So.
That's not like a meth or crackhead like I only eat vegetables. Bro, you're smoking battery acid. Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't get healthy on me right now.
My buddy will come in here and tell you that meth is, if it's cooked right, is one of the cleanest drugs there is.
Hey,
If it's cooked right.
I was rewatching Breaking Bad the other day, and
Well,
Walter White's cooks are pretty clean looking.
My LA's watching Breaking Bad right now. Again.
It's a good show. I watched it during
It
COVID,
is.
like the first part. I guess are we ever out of COVID? No, we're not.
We are.
No, not. That's not till May.
So it's not a pandemic anymore. It's endemic, which means it's every season.
No, it's
it's just.
they made a
It's just
movie.
here.
They made a movie called The Never Ending Story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
But,
that's really it.
They
When does the horse die? Because that's the bad part,
Yeah, my buddy will tell you and he's not cooking no Walter. He wasn't cooking no Walter White meth, but he says every process is just a clean. You're just cleaning this, and then you got to clean this off, then you got to clean this off, then you got to clean this. So every step is just cleaning it.
Well, when you re-rock Coke, you're putting chemicals on it to form it again, and then you bake it off. I mean, sort of. That's what I read on the Google.
Kinda.
On the Googles.
Yeah, I'm sure the Google still knew.
I never understood how it worked.
What's
I
that?
just knew how to do it.
The re-rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocking. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you
I
can
just
cook,
never
like
understood it.
you can cook. I mean, but like when you re-rock, all you're doing is taking soft and making it one big chunk. So
Right.
That's
When
for
you-
the white people.
When you make crack.
No, not crack.
Oh.
No, yeah, crack is baking soda and cooking and freezing and blah blah blah.
Yeah. No, you never freeze it. You just fucking cook it. You add the baking soda to it,
Right.
And you just heat it up. I mean, I don't know how it works. I'm
Yeah.
not a chemist. I just knew it worked.
Right.
So,
You can freeze it to speed it up. Glass.
well, the drying probably.
Right.
Yeah.
The glass cigar tubes were really useful for getting so much in it. So it's what I read on the internet.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you had to have the right tubes.
Yeah, no,
Some of
the
the
thin
tubes
ones would
would-
crack.
yeah, they'd
Yeah,
blow up.
yeah.
They wouldn't crack. They'd blow up. They'd pop.
Well, they cracked enough.
So they acted as test tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, the cigar industry is really, it's real valuable to other industries. It's like we have all these boxes. People make Christmas gifts out of them, purses out of them.
That's a thriving industry on Etsy.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like we should go and take some like motorcycle chains or something and make straps on cigar boxes and sell them for $100.
Somebody would buy
Spray
it.
paint it gold.
Right.
Yeah, you could go get just one of those like spools of just cheap chain. You know what I'm talking about? Like the yellow chain or this and that, and make purses. People would buy them, I'm sure.
I'll go to Home Depot and get a spool of plastic fucking chain.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hell, it would make $20 a box, you know?
Yeah.
Take you 5 minutes to put a screw in each one, you know?
Right.
Have you had have you had that liquid death water yet? Have you ever tried that yet?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if somebody had it and they had like a case of it, or because they'll send you a free case of it if you sign something.
Do they
Yeah, you got to sell them your soul.
Yeah.
they sponsor a chopper rally I go to, and they came out with flavors last year.
Did
And
they?
Yeah, and I didn't know. So it's like I was doing 1 beer, 1 water, and so a 12-ounce beer, and then it's 24-ounce water, right? Because it was hot as fuck. So last year, and so I just reached in the cooler and grabbed. So they had carbonated and uncarbonated, and so that was how the coolers were separated. So I reached in, I was like, oh, I'll get a bubbly water. And I took a drink. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It was like instant stroke. Like, why do I taste grapefruit? I was like, it just, it wasn't bad. I just wasn't, I was expecting water, not
Great
fucking
marketing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great marketing, because not only did the people who thought it was great share it and help them market it, but the people that hated it did it too.
The guys are killing it, man. It's that's a beauty of that marketing. Like, it's just, and it's like everybody thought it was alcohol when it first came out. It was because we had Four Loko, and then we had Liquid Death. It's just fucking water. Some guy at a tap.
Right. Now, it's supposed to be good water.
It's water.
But it's supposed to be good.
Doesn't taste any different than this 8-cent water to me.
It's supposed to be good filtered.
That'd be a good experiment just to get like
Blind taste test.
get blind taste test of the water.
We even do Coke and Pepsi too while we're at it.
Right.
Like the fucking 80s.
Yep.
You a Coke guy or Pepsi guy?
It all tastes the same when it's in whiskey.
Fair enough.
Pepsi.
I like Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder.
Unless it's in a glass bottle. Then I prefer Coke.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Coke. I do like Pepsi out of a can over the bottles.
Isn't it all dependent on like the syrup ratio and everything? Can it get dialed in? Like on a fountain and stuff?
Well, yes.
I'm telling you, there's something in the glass bottle that makes everything taste better.
Yeah.
There is. There has to be.
I think there's, like, Pepsi tries to, I'm
Or
sure
maybe
all
it's something not in the glass bottle that makes it taste better.
Maybe.
Not leaking PCBs into it.
Right, I was going to
Yeah.
say, dude, I mean, I'm adding all that plastic to me,
Right.
So,
Well, touching that, the oil on your skin dissolves that,
and
and then it degrades your testosterone levels. So
that's what they say.
plastic is one of the worst things in the world for men. So
It's just the
That's
easiest.
why they got the aluminum.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Help keep your dick up,
with a plastic liner,
probably.
No.
more than likely.
It's
More than likely.
that or it's wax.
Yep, more than likely. Soda cans and all cans have a plastic liner.
Yep. Some petroleum liner of some
Well,
sort.
This is a single wall, BPA free aluminum bottle.
Well, there you go.
Do not
BPA free. It's made out of vinyl chloride.
do not clean with steel wool, stiff brush, or anything abrasive. But there is an inner coating. What's the inner coating?
Probably some sort of
Plastic.
plastic or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't have water and steel without rust.
You can't have anything. You can't have it in yeah. Well, I mean, it shouldn't oxidize till you start opening it. Till you
Right,
open
until it gets oxygen.
Yeah, 'cause
but it had to
that's-
have oxygen in it when they put water in it.
Yeah,
What
I guess.
oxygen's got, or water's got oxygen in it.
Right.
Well,
I don't know, man.
well, Casey's. lied to
Casey's
me.
is killing you.
Certified refillable.
Right.
whatever.
Certified refillable. You know this is too.
Certified.
It's weird. It's weird, wild shit, man. I can put water right back in that some bitch, bro.
Right.
No.
No, you can't get nothing without plastic.
Yeah.
Some sort in it. So
Yeah. It's wild as shit.
I've been watching that. I've not been trying to watch it, but I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about that train derailment shit. God, how stupid people are. You know, when we were in school, they taught us stuff. Like geography, and part of geography was, the rivers, and then part of that was which way rivers flow and how it works.
Right.
Are they not teaching these idiots anything anymore?
No, I mean,
My God, dude.
I saw a dead fish on the river road the other day. I mean, it's here. It's
They
here.
think
It's here.
these people literally think that because all these waterways are connected to that Ohio River, that all the waterways are now poisoned.
Yep.
All of them. All the way up into Mississippi and everything. It's all poisoned.
You know, it's like you don't know what downstream is.
Yeah,
or-
you don't.
Yeah.
Do you not understand? And they found 4 parts per million in Kentucky when it came because it come through some system check spot that happens in Kentucky. And they found 4 parts per million. What? That's not even. That's not even.
How much human waste is in that
Yeah,
same water,
yeah,
bro?
and
Come
then
on.
go hop in the river and
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
Right, that's not even.
it's nasty.
Dude, they
Come
used
on,
to,
man.
They used to like swim and
Come
play.
on, man.
And you know, there's so much. I used to ski on the river
Oh,
in
yeah.
the Mississippi, man. Like, there's like, why are we so scared of it now?
I'm not saying that
Because a car
anything
disappears.
good is happening. I'm not saying that it wasn't an environmental disaster, but fuck, stop being stupid.
Who was in here saying that people got chips put in them to monitor the
Milo?
Wasn't me.
maybe? Bro, if I don't answer once, what do you think I'm going to
That
answer?
sounds like some Milo stuff.
Man, maybe.
Computer chips.
Yeah, like
Yeah, to monitor their health.
yeah.
Yeah, so Palestine was the first people who did that. That's not what they did.
Is there any truth at all to that?
Well, they registered digitally,
Right.
the same way you would with your doctor now.
Okay.
So they can send you. I mean, you're registering digitally. When they put you in a computer, you're registering digitally.
You're right.
All your information is that computer, and now that computer can send you this, and your test results. That computer can call you with your test results. It can call you with this.
Sure.
It can call you with this. You can call in and tell the computer thing. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's digitally.
so those glucose monitors that stick in,
Mm-hmm.
and then the phone you just read it,
Yeah.
your sugar levels or whatever. Some of them will report back to the doctor. So
Yeah.
Don't you technically have a chip in you, and you're being monitored by the government?
Semi-permanent, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure you can yank it out. I think you have to change them out so often, but that's the same concept, and it's convenience versus pricking your finger and writing it down and calling the doctor with the numbers.
I don't think our health system is where they're going to get us at. I just don't. There's so many other ways they can get us. I just don't think the healthcare system,
I just want
It's the way they're
I just
gonna
want
get
DMT in the fucking water.
because
Wow.
our healthcare system is so screwed up that it would be incredibly hard for them to get us that way anyway.
You'd have to distill it out and then, cook it down to smoke it.
No, I
Now
mean,
you can take DMT
liquid. Yeah.
yeah.
You could absolutely
Something
drink
like
it.
Doesn't have to have the other part with it.
No,
you can-
DMT
so it's
straight.
bioavailable.
What, you gonna take it with some oil? Like,
No, like that's what the thing with the deal with like ayahuasca is. It's like 2 parts.
No, yeah. Well, so it's got to have that other.
It's got the part so that it
right.
can be so you
I
can
don't-
so that your body can.
But ayahuasca is a different thing, though,
mm-hmm.
isn't it?
still basically it's what it is. It's
Well, yeah,
DMT.
but it's a different. It's not the same.
Well, it's
thing.
processed.
Like when you smoke it, it's something else too. It's not.
Yeah, because you
It's
can
not.
you can ingest it in like chocolate and shit like that.
Yeah, it's not. When you smoke it, it's not. There's another property to it when you smoke it as well. Because that's the ×3 or whatever part of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not 100% on how it works, so can't even fucking find it. So
I'm sure you can find it.
I can't. I'm sure somebody here can, but I can't.
I mean, I don't know.
My phone's listening, so it'll help me find it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Right.
Phone tell us all about it here in a few
Right.
minutes.
It'll be on my fucking feed next.
Right. But these people, the internet is detrimental to society, man. It's terrible.
Okay, so
Terrible.
here's the thing about how your phone's listening, and we'll send
Killing
you
our
the wildest shit.
brains.
I'll take a screenshot of it. The other night we were playing a game. It's called Jackbox, and it's like it projects from your phone or your like iPad onto your TV, and it's a bunch of games like Pictionary and shit. The family can, anyways. They're always
Well, now that's not listening to you. You have it on your phone.
no. What I'm saying is we were playing a game.
Right.
And the game, and one of the thing was the games was like asking questions like, you know, what would you yell when at the end of the world or something? It's supposed to be funny, and I was like, show us your butthole.
Right.
That's what I said.
And now there's stuff all over. Now there's
On my
buttholes all over your
Facebook,
phone.
it's all the stuff about.
Facebook showed you its butthole.
Oh,
Let's see.
you can say it if you want to. I don't want to say it.
Is that so? That came up for
Yes,
sale.
yes, on my Facebook.
Right.
Yes.
That maybe it has something to do with your Google search.
That's you know
I don't use Google.
if I went right now and I typed that out on Facebook and posted it, I'd be banned inside of 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah,
For typing that
and that
exactly.
that came on an ad on
Right.
Facebook.
Right.
Yep.
To buy a T-shirt.
Right.
Yep. If I said you can suck a horse dick
Yeah.
to somebody on Facebook, I'd get banned within inside of 10 minutes. I'd be banned.
Well, yeah, because
But I've straight up seen horse dick porn advertised on Facebook.
Yeah, but you have an elevated status with Facebook.
I'm on the top rung.
Right. Like you.
I can name somebody else that gets 30 days, then 30 days, then 30 days.
Right.
I've been banned 90 days straight.
30 days in the hole.
Like, they didn't even give me a chance to post after unbanning me, and they banned me again.
You're like, well, let's think about this. No, this shouldn't go in there. That'd be a terrible idea.
That won't hurt anything. The insurance will actually help. So.
Yeah, I just need to leave it alone. Just quit Facebook. I'm so tempted to go back to a fucking dumb phone, just to not carry it around no more.
Well,
Just
I don't think
just done.
I think only people like our age and older really use it. I don't think the young kids even use it.
I think they still kind of do. Just because it's such a prominent.
There's so much garbage floating around out there,
Right.
and it's like, what is wrong with you? Use your brain at least a teeny tiny little bit.
Well, what's crazy is how the old people believe it. They're just as dumb as the young kids. Like what happened to your common sense? Like, obviously this isn't true. Why are you fucking sharing it?
Right.
Like, there's for sale ads the same way. Here's a truck for $800.
Oh yeah, I love those.
I click on the person's profile, right? They have 33 listings of this truck.
You don't even have to do that. All you have to do is scroll down, and it'll say. Usually they say real estate agent.
Or something
that.
dumb,
Yeah,
right?
something
right.
like that.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like, when people are like, "Oh man, this is a good deal." Well, yeah, you fucking moron. It is, because it's fake. You know, it's just mind blowing. I didn't think that lady was a real person that was coming to pick up that display case.
How are they just so? I don't.
Fucking dumb.
So many people, so fucking dumb. Just so dumb.
But
The SHB people make those out of whiskey barrel staves.
oh really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, we sell them down at the other shop.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I need to come out and get a couple.
Yeah,
Then,
they're pretty cool.
I'd never seen it before. It popped up, and I was like, "That's freaking rad."
But they just I don't know, man. They just keep sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing.
Except for our stuff. Like, what the fuck?
And I remember distinctly in like 7th grade them teaching us about geography and the way that and in science class, and like in high school they taught us a little bit about fluid dynamics. You know, a little bit, not a lot. And that's oh man, I've never seen so much stupidity in my life.
Oh, with them sharing that shit, like it doesn't make any sense. Like,
And then they want to yell at you for being like, that's not how any of that works.
What's the psychology behind it? Like, I'm the first to I haven't seen anybody else share this, so I want to be the first one. Like, I want to look like the smart person. Like, there's got to be a psychology behind
But then why defend it? When somebody comes along and can intelligently tell you how stupid it is, why defend it so vehemently defend it? It's like you insulted their baby. Get mad. How dare you tell me that my misinformation is misinformation?
I don't know. I'm curious what the psychology is behind, like, people that share news articles without reading the news. You know, like, they just, that strikes something in their fucking psyche that makes them fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it?
because it fits their narrative of
they
the
identify with it,
situation,
right.
and they're like, okay, this is true. This person's sharing it. I identify with them.
Right.
So I'm gonna share it.
And people love misery.
Oh yeah.
People love that shit, dude.
Yeah.
So that's why they're like, that gives them a reason to be sad. What do you need, prayers? Do you need prayers?
To be afraid. It gives them reason to be afraid.
Right.
Because that's all it is fear mongering. Listen, that what happened in Ohio was, that's what they're all saying, well, we're under attack. Look at all these trains that derail. Listen, I knew a dude in Texas that built Impalas, badass Impalas. And his job was cleaning up train derailments. That's how much money he made.
Right.
Cleaning up train derailments in 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. Guy had a job for a while.
Right.
And it'd come off that lowrider website.
Right.
And you'd talk to him, he'd post his projects, and he'd buy this, he'd buy this, he'd buy this. He had a nice house, he had a nice truck, he had all this nice stuff.
Right.
That's how much money he made on cleaning up train derailments.
Right. It's not like it's anything new.
It's nothing new.
Dude,
We have a failing infrastructure because none of these cocksuckers want to fix it.
What was they use the braking system on trains are like original. It's OG braking system.
Yeah, I believe that.
And then
they've never
150-year-old braking
never
system.
innovated. Yeah,
Right.
I believe that.
So they haven't innovated, but it's such a loss of business. That train business doesn't make a fuck ton of money because guess what? That guy that got paid all that money, that comes out of the train.
Yep.
It comes out of Norfolk Southern or Santa Fe.
And,
so that it's all about money. You can't update all these fucking trains with brakes because they're not making money in the first place.
drive around and go look at some train tracks sometimes.
Oh yeah,
They're all in terrible condition everywhere except for where they've gone through and redone them. Like
Right.
we're lucky because Amtrak went through
Right.
so they could do the high speed thing, and they went through and replaced a bunch of it.
Now, isn't that laughable though? That they said that's high speed. It's not high speed.
no, we
compared
don't.
to a
No,
high-speed train.
they built it for high speed,
Yeah,
but we're not.
yeah.
We don't have it yet. So
Yeah, no, we don't have it yet. Well, the Amtrak goes a lot faster than it used to. So the Amtrak can do 80 mile an hour now.
But they're
But it
running
doesn't.
200 plus in Japan and shit.
Well, yeah.
That's maglev.
It's running 60, 65, 70 somewhere up in there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's doing that.
No, it is. I was on it. It is.
Would you take out your fucking?
Yeah,
No,
GPS.
yeah, no.
Did you?
GPS, yeah.
Did you? Okay.
No, if you go to like when you're on the train and you pull on the app for Amtrak, I'll tell you how fast you're going.
Well, GPS will tell you
Yeah.
how fast you're going too. Yeah, because I was genuinely curious because we were on all that new track that
Right,
went
right.
through.
Chicago.
Run through Brighton.
Did
Oh.
the conductor get on and say they were going? So like
No.
this was hell old kids 4
Dude, we hit somebody and the conductor never came on.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So
Dude, they killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
I was on an Amtrak that hit somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Me and the old lady was like, well, let's just go a day trip to Chicago,
Mhm.
walk around, hang out, come back, right? And then on the way back, guy laid down on the tracks on Funk's Grove, Bloomington.
Mhm.
Guy laid down on the tracks. Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah, it kind of messed me up for a little while because at first I was like, this is kind of cool, this fucking train hit somebody.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking up towards the front of the train because I want to see, the front of the train. And the lady conductor goes, you can't go, I can't stop you from going up there. And I looked at her and go, listen, we're going to be here for a while. So if I got to walk around this train and come back on the other side, I want to see. I'm going to go see. This is going to happen. You know what I mean? And so she just kind of walked away from me. You know what I mean? Like kind of, she told me I was going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So she just kind of acted like she didn't see me no more. You know what I mean? There wasn't even nothing up there. There's a couple little spots, but nothing big. But he committed suicide. And I don't know, man, for sitting there for 4 hours, you got a lot of time to think about this dude that committed suicide, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, what kind of condition mentally do you have to be in to lay down in front of a train? Because once again, we were taught stuff in school. Trains vibrate.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
know a
Stand
long
by me.
time before that train gets there that train's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the noise it makes as it gets closer. Because how far away can you hear a train when it's coming?
Oh, sure.
All that noise it
And if you're
makes.
laying down on those trusses, you feel that.
Yeah, all the vibration. What kind of mental state do you have to be in to just stay there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're committed.
Right. For your
your
brain not to go
Yeah.
get up.
Right.
You know what I mean? what kind of mental, and it kind of, dude, I thought about that guy for a long time because I was like, man, what was wrong with him? What was so bad in his life?
Right.
Yeah, dude, it messed with me for a little while. So.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to play on the train tracks all the time.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but you get the fuck off of
No,
them.
yeah. I mean, yeah, but
You know
like,
what I mean?
You know, we put quarters and shit on the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
train tracks, and I put a newspaper machine on there one time. So.
But if you walk around, back to what I was saying, if you just go, not here, you can't hear because we've got all that new high speed shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go someplace where they haven't updated that shit, and you look at the tracks, it's no wonder any of the trains stay on them, son of a
yeah.
bitch.
And you know the cars just sit on the wheels. Like
Yeah,
they don't.
they-
There's
yeah, they
nothing
don't-
fastened.
Gravity.
Yeah, it's weight. It's
Gravity.
like it's like it's 18,000 tons. That's what keeps it down. Like you're gonna go weigh all the trains. Like they literally weigh them
It's-
before they go. Every car.
It's our infrastructure in this country is absolutely failing. Absolutely failing. And they're sending all this money to Ukraine.
Oh,
So,
sure.
Well.
What did it say? Another 450 million or something he promised yesterday.
Listen, that's not going. That's not even a real war over there. It's not. It isn't. It's not even. It's not real in any way, shape. Other than the fact that they're killing people, it's not real in any way, shape, or form. I can prove it to you 2 times now. 2 times now, because they just gave another example of how it's not real. When was the last time, whenever in our history, has a sitting Speaker of the House went to an active war zone? When? When? Not under our control, our military control. When? Never.
Yeah,
Never. When has a sitting president ever in our history gone to an active war zone not under our military control? Ever. Never. Never
I
happened.
never even thought about it from that angle.
Never happened.
I thought it was
that's
weird
interesting.
he was there.
Yeah.
Never happened.
On President's Day?
Pelosi and Biden have both went. That tells you right there that there's no real danger over there for us. That it's not an actual conflict. There's no real danger over there for us. It's all fucking money laundering.
Yeah.
He went over to check on his investment. That's all. Get his money out the bank.
That's wild. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're dead.
It's never happened.
No, because
And why would it?
Because the Secret Service has set up all the logistics for
Sure.
protection, right, and
Right.
everything. And there's, yeah. So either they have that much faith in the Ukrainian military to protect him as well,
I mean, they got Secret Service, but you're in an active war zone.
Right.
There's tanks and military. What the fuck Secret Service going to do against a tank?
Yeah, nothing.
Well, they pull out their pistol and shoot
Right.
it down.
Right. The same thing as my AR-15.
Right. Shoot
Right.
it down.
Right.
You don't have an AR-15.
I don't actually.
Even if you do, you don't. Welcome to Illinois.
Oh.
But that tells you right there that it's not a real conflict. It's not. There's nothing. There's no danger over there at all. Hey, they called Putin up and went, "Hey, we're going to go over there."
Has a president ever gone
But
to
no.
a war
Nope.
zone ever?
Nope.
Yeah, we have Google. Yeah, see, I don't have my iPad here today.
No, you're okay.
Not even. What's his name?
I mean, not Civil War, because that doesn't count. But
Not even World War III. Or World War II. Not even World War II. What was the sitting president? Roosevelt?
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt didn't go. And Roosevelt was one of the fucking badass ones. He was one of the ones you know what I mean? He was a tough guy, kind of a thing. It's never happened.
Was he in a wheelchair, though?
Was he in a wheelchair?
I think so.
At the end, I think.
Well, I mean, you still go around.
It's never happened. We've sent liaisons and shit over there, but that's under our military control. Like they went to a military
Like occupied.
base.
Like, yeah.
They went to a military base in a part of the country that was like Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
They went to a military base in a part of the country that was under our complete and total control.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. Fucking pop-ups.
Come on, Jamie.
All right.
He's
Come
a wizard
on.
with those Googles.
Yep. While American presidents have visited war zones before, Biden's visit to Ukraine was historic and unprecedented. The White House said that There's never been a visit by a president to an active war zone where the U.S. does not have military presence. So it says while they have visited war zones before,
Yeah,
because
but which ones have visited war zones?
Well, I don't know.
See, that's one of them generic responses that leads you to believe,
Yeah.
but they give you no actual.
And was that
Right.
written by the Chat GPT thing?
It could be, but I had to put in my social security number to read this article, so I don't know.
Oh, well, that seems... I got you now.
U.S. informed Russia of Joe Biden's Kyiv visit hours before departure.
Right. How does that make any damn sense?
Right. Yo, we coming.
Right.
Maybe because they know he personally is zero threat. Yeah.
Putin is a threat.
No, I'm talking about...
I kind of support Putin. Oh, yeah, right. Dude, what are they going to do? Give him a bicycle? If you gave him an AR, it'd knock him down.
Start talking about corn pop and stuff.
Fuck, he blew up them trains in fucking Palestine. He just thought it was the country.
So who are people going to support now for the next president?
I don't. Listen, there's no way Biden wins again. If Biden wins again, there's absolutely
The simulation is...
they've screwed up massively. There's no way anybody, and even a Biden supporter, there's no way even a Biden supporter, because ask somebody how they like.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I wonder how many people who were so, like you said, so strongly in favor of him.
I asked Rick what he thought of his president when he was here working on his truck, and he goes, "Well, and I go, yeah, that's what I thought." And you ask him. I mean, you've got idiots on there that'll vehemently defend him. Oh, he's the best president ever. Maybe that's fucking AI. Who knows? You know what I mean? But you can't find somebody.
So, according to Reuters, his approval ratings, 52%
My ass.
disapprove, 41% approve.
Well, there's no way he wins again. There's absolutely no
So,
way.
like-
And what's Kamala's? I wonder, because she's like absent completely.
What an amazing first run for a black female vice president.
Yeah, she hasn't been. I haven't seen
Nothing.
her anything. In that.
Nothing.
They don't-
Nothing.
They don't like his press secretary. They don't like anything about any of it.
Dude, and
Any of it.
I wonder if she's been shelved by the Democratic Party.
Who's his handler?
The two dudes from Weekend at Bernie's.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Weekend at
Solid.
Biden's.
Right. Nurses.
Right. Michael Jackson's doctor. I mean, shit.
Nurses. But listen. If they ask him to approve Brazilian jobs, he will veto it.
Why?
I don't know. It's just what he said.
Oh, really?
yeah.
No more Brazilian jobs?
No more Brazilian jobs. He
What
will
about
veto
Brazilian
it.
waxes? I mean,
Ooh.
can we
I
get
think
those?
that's what he was talking about. He will veto it.
Mother said.
He likes the 70s Bush. So
Right. He will veto it.
I don't think any Democrat likes any Bush. That's what we need. We need one more Bush to come up. We need 3 Bushes to.
They're
be
all
president.
garbage, though. They're all.
Every one of them.
I keep telling people to vote for no one. Don't vote for anyone. Don't even go out and vote. Don't sit out. Just sit out and see what happens. See what they do.
Isn't that the person who doesn't want to do it? The person you want to do the job?
Right. No, just sit out and see what. That's what I'm saying. Sit out. Just if the entire country sat out, didn't go.
You couldn't
see
get
what they
this
do.
entire country
See what they
to
do. See what they
anything
do. No,
except
you
for
couldn't.
share bullshit on the
You
internet.
couldn't. See what they do. Just but you know what I'm saying? See what they do. See if they put up all this many people voted, because then everybody can sit around and go, no, they didn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody voted.
Well, I mean, if I saw where nobody was voting, then I know that my vote's actually going to go somewhere. You know, then I'm going to vote, because I know. I was watching the local races, and there was 2 guys running for like king of some ghetto. I forgot what it was, and it wasn't like, you weren't mayor, but it.
Alderman?
No, it was like.
What does that even mean?
It was the chief. It was the chief of the city, right? It wasn't the chief of police, but it was like they didn't call it mayors, because it was basically just king of the throne, right?
Right.
There's two guys running. This was the best election results I've ever seen. Two guys running. One guy had 1 vote. The other guy had 0 votes. The guy running didn't even go vote for himself.
Right. He didn't even care.
There was literally, the poll was 1-0. 1 vote to 0 to be king of Cahokia or whatever the fuck. It was somewhere. It was somewhere local. Like it was like,
No.
I don't know, Centerville or something. It was like,
But like you said, you could never get anybody to. Nobody would do it.
no. I mean, we've been divided so hard, especially the last few years.
Even if they're not rigging it after you vote, even if they're not, and they freaking are, they have been forever. They're rigging it all the way up to that, because otherwise, a guy like me or you could run, and we'd get to participate in that last debate.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there's only 2.
Right.
Why didn't the Libertarian Party get to participate in that last debate? She was actually polling well.
Yeah, and so Gary Johnson actually had enough pull that they were invited to debates, but then she didn't get to debate. Gary Johnson, if I was to pick any party I'm a part of, it'd be a libertarian right now, just because it's less government. You know, it's the.
But is it? I mean, it is until they get there, and then once they get there, it's a force of hand.
And that's something we can't see because it's all controlled by huge corporations with money.
Right. You'd have to have somebody that would be willing to stand
right
in that Oval Office and go, "Fuck you, fuck you.
What was,
you're cool, fuck you."
What was that dude that fucking stole everybody's money with the crypto shit? The crypto.
Oh, Sam Bankman
that guy?
Freud.
Yeah, SBF, right?
Yeah.
So they can't say where that fucking you can't.
He was the top donor to the
Democratic Party.
Yeah.
And because his whole family was in on this shit. Like somebody was a lawyer, somebody was a politician, somebody started a company, somebody started a nonprofit.
And he's not even really going to get in trouble, is he?
No, how can he?
Right.
He's got dirt on everyone.
Right.
Everybody accepted his money. And if he was to pull out the transparency...
he's going to get Epstein.
Clinton.
Yeah. Or Clinton's. Right.
Because Epstein got Clinton's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Careful. Let's not say that too many times.
But it's...
There's like a window and a fucking direct shot to my head.
You'd have
to
get everybody on the same page to vote for someone like us anyway. Well, I tell people all the time, listen, you get me on that last debate stage with them. You get me on that last debate stage with them, I win. Win hands down. If in a fair election, I win hands down, no problem, no issues at all.
Because you have no idea answer to. You can say what you want. You can say say what the truth is.
Right. I don't even watch. I just show up at the White House on January 7th and be like, I'm here. I've turned everything off until January 7th. I just show up. I know I won.
Right.
That's how confident you could be in it. Because you could just stand there and go, you're full of shit. Mm-hmm. You're full of shit.
Yeah, but you got to back that up with facts. But the thing is that
their facts aren't facts.
There's plenty of facts. So, listen, it's not even hard. All you have to do is want to know why that. All you have to do is want to know how easy it is for them to start fixing the environment. It's easy. It's easy. Or start cleaning up the oceans.
We get rid of the cows.
Start. It's easy. All you have to do is understand how easy all these things are to fix, and then say this is how you fix them. And they're not going to do it.
But they can't because they're getting paid by the agriculture industry. They're getting paid by.
They're getting paid.
They're getting paid.
Right. They're getting paid to not fix it.
Dude, the last dude who didn't give a shit. I mean, they even say Trump
Ross
didn't give a shit. Yeah, Ross Perot. That motherfucker just bought his own airtime. Got on there. Oh,
yeah.
We were little, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were out.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Yeah, sorry.
Can I finish?
That dude, and he didn't give a shit.
But and then look what the media did to him. Mm-hmm. The media.
He was still rich when he left.
No. I'm not saying he but it was every cartoon they drew him stupid looking.
Yeah,
bro.
Well, he was kind of a stupid looking dude. So.
I liked him because him and I both had big ears.
Right. He was kind of a dumb looking guy.
I mean,
now listen here.
Right. But it's
a busy ass Tuesday for me here.
It could. All you'd have to do is stand up there and be like, "Look, you want us to fix the environment? Fine. We're going to stop industrial farming. Done. Clear it up. Here are the facts."
Okay, but what's that do to food cost down the line?
Doesn't matter.
I need to know that research.
Or you have to phase it out. You have to, all right, this state is going to go back to agricultural farming while this state makes up the difference in this state. And I mean, what do you mean, what's it do to food? It fixes
What's
it.
going on?
Because now they're not dumping chemicals. They're not destroying the topsoil. They're not, you know what I mean?
Right. So, like, but like we said, they're getting paid, right? So that'll never happen until there's some kind of a reset of the whole system where
Right.
you start from baseline and say, okay, everybody's going to get their farming.
So-
the taxes are gone because then the cost, the extra cost of production are fixing the infrastructure.
There's a real insurrection.
Yeah.
That is not going to be fixed until there's a real insurrection. Why can't we clean the plastic out of the ocean? Why? I get the microplastics, but we can clean up the big shit. We got nets there. I mean, they fish with nets.
What was it, a few years ago?
You know what I mean?
You heard about that kid who made that thing up, right?
Yeah.
Whatever happened with that? No, that he invented that was
Yeah,
like
who knows?
cleaned up.
So they're doing it, but they're doing it on such a small scale,
That
and
is-
it's not government funded. None of it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like donations, donor funded, but they're doing it, and it's such a small
But
scale.
they're giving billions of dollars to
Right.
a fake war.
Right, to a fake war, so that they can funnel that money back into their pockets and the pockets of their donors. So everybody you tell it to goes, well, that's a lot of money. It's not going in their pockets. It's going in this guy's pocket, this multi-million-dollar corporation's pocket, this multi-million-dollar corporation's pocket, this pocket, this pocket, this pocket. When you look at all the pockets it has to touch, all of a sudden it's not that much money anymore.
No. Yeah.
So, but that's what's happening.
So, I never really thought about it like this. I have, but you get lost in day-to-day stuff and you forget about it. But number one, money's fake, obviously. But they're going to tax me on basically my life because it's time you have to spend to make
Right.
money.
Right.
And then the money they've already taxed, so my life they've already taxed me on, they're going to tax me again to buy something
How
that's
How
already
did
been
we-
taxed.
How did we build all this shit before federal income tax? Because federal income tax was, I think, 1920s. That's when it started.
It was the war. So, was it the World War II they did that?
Federal income tax started. I thought it was the 20s, but maybe it was the 30s.
Well, that's another conspiracy situation.
Federal income tax?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not.
it's
They
bullshit.
know when it started.
No, I mean the Federal Reserve being in charge of all that stuff.
Well, yeah, it's a foreign entity in charge of our money.
Yeah.
1909. Ratified in 1913. So it passed Congress in 1909 and was ratified in 1913.
And it was optional.
We revolted for them what? Fucking taxing tea and shit?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everything we do is
Yeah.
taxed 3 times, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? It's even worse for you, I'm
So
sure.
how did we build all this shit before? How did we build roads? They
Mm-hmm.
built that shit
What-
before.
Look at, we're at our debt ceiling right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, we should raise it. Now, you and I are small business owners.
Mm-hmm.
If I hit my debt ceiling, currently hit my debt ceiling right now, what do you do?
Close.
We fail.
You got to raise it.
We fail.
You don't know how to raise it. You
Well,
gotta figure out how to raise it.
I raised it over the summer.
You gotta figure out how to raise it.
Yeah, we got to raise the roof.
Yeah.
It's
Get more credit cards.
It's nonsense.
Right.
Right, which
More
is basically what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's basically what
Yeah.
they're doing. It's just running more credit.
Yeah, and right now there's so many people. There's like 900 billion on credit cards right now in the U.S. 938 billion, if I'm not mistaken, billion on credit cards right now.
That came through as like a notification on my phone this morning, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm on top of it because I'm part of that. And so, so what happens next? What happens next is we now are going to see record bankruptcies. And then the bankruptcy laws are going to be too loose, so we better tighten those up. So we better create a whole new subsection in the U.S. government that, that somebody's going to get paid a lot of money to fucking figure out what to do about all these
And then
bankruptcies.
the IRS is going to show up with their AR-15s
Right.
and
Right.
ask where all this money went. It's how people are not at all of them. Everybody. How they're not at the point of going. Maybe we should have just let them do what they needed to do January 6th.
Well, because, and good for them, for every one of those people for fucking trying to stand up for something.
But they didn't. They didn't stand up for nothing, man.
They're still sheep, though.
They did
those,
the same
those people were sheep just as much as
they did
fucking...
the same thing you or I would have done with no political affiliation whatsoever if given the opportunity.
The gavel we use here, I literally stole it from a courtroom.
Right.
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 You put me in a Capitol building, bro, I'm taking some cool shit.
I don't even care why I'm here.
Right.
You opened the door and said, have fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, catch me on the one wheel, fucking going right down the fucking, right down the aisle.
But if there's agent provocateurs there, too, you know what I mean? Like,
well, and I believe that, too. I mean, the thing is, it's like, I just, and I think there's a huge populace of people that just don't believe anything at all.
This country would do good to be a bunch of nihilists.
Oh man, and I mean, look at how anarchy was killing it in Acapulco, but then somebody got involved and they turned it upside down, and then greed also happened because greed ruins everything.
It's just how everybody, any political affiliation, you can't look at all this and go, this is all fucked up. We got to start over. We screwed up. We got to end this. But they're just so buffaloed by that.
I would love to go back and be able to see how, because the tale of history is told by the victors, right? But I'd love to be able to go back and see how the Native American cultures thrived and lived. Obviously, there was wars and stuff, but without without the capitalism and the, I'm sure there was some greed because it's inherently inhuman. But seems like,
I tell people this all the time, especially people from south of our border there. Those people, I tell them all the time, you can't get mad because white people showed up and could kill you better than you were killing yourselves. You can't get mad about that.
Because we had sweet diseases
that's how it works.
that wipes you out.
Because that's how it works. That's how it works. Is you were killing each other over the same territory, and then the white dude came along and said, well, I've got a gun. I can kill you guys a whole lot easier than you're killing each other. So he does. And now he has the territory. You can't get mad about that. That's just how it works. That's...
Right.
So you can't get upset because the Aztecs and the Mayans. So listen, the Aztecs were kidnapping Mayan tribes people because the Mayans were more agricultural, and they were kidnapping all these tribes people down there, right? Because it wasn't just Mayans and Aztecs. You had all these little tribes and all these little, you know what I mean, all these offsets. They were going in, they were kidnapping these people and sacrificing them, brutally sacrificing them, raping women, beating babies off rocks, and doing all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And then the white man showed up and he just shot you. So and you can't be mad. You can't sit there and say, well, he stole. Fair enough, he stole your land, but you were already stealing land. You were already on stolen land. That was stolen by stolen and stolen and stolen. And you know what I mean? You can't. It wasn't all hunky dory and rainbows, and not everybody wasn't holding hands and singing "Kumbaya" before white settlers showed up.
We are the world.
Right. It didn't happen.
It wasn't a Coca-Cola commercial.
Right. That's not.
You didn't do that in school? Did you do it in school?
Yeah.
We did in school. We are the world.
Yeah.
That's not how it worked. That is not how it worked. Apaches were killing Navajos. Navajos were killing Hopi. Hopi was killing Blackfoot. Blah 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 blah. And they were all raping and beating babies off rocks and shit because you had to end. You know what I mean? Because they knew something that we can't figure out. You can't kill this kid's dad unless you're going to kill his kid, because this kid's going to grow up to hate you for killing his dad.
Yeah.
You can't. That's the way it works. That's why it's endless conflict. So, not saying you should kill kids. I'm just saying.
We should all just love each other. That'd be a good thing.
Just stop. I mean, how is there not? How does it make any sense anymore anyway when everything's a dollar sign? Every living soul's a dollar sign. How does it make any sense anymore? So it doesn't make any sense anymore. You're all vying for territory that doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean nothing anymore. You're all vying for a line in the sand. And it doesn't make any sense.
I think that
It's control is what it is. It's manipulation and control.
well, it's slavery and in a different form, you know,
Right.
because it's like I mean I'm sure that other people feel the same way, but for me, I just want my family to have food, and have a place to live, and be happy, right? And be able to maybe take them to do stuff, and I can't because I can't take off work to go to this place to show them this beautiful thing or do that, and it's terrible.
Even if, even if, that's why we have to hate somebody. That's why why this country has to have a Russian enemy.
Yep, a common
Chinese
enemy. Yeah.
Otherwise, our common enemy is them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's all manipulation. And these people fall for it, left and freaking right. Left and just over and over and over and over and over again. I'm not scared of Russia because I know that it's not going to happen. I'm not scared of China. You know why I'm not scared of China? Because I can fucking read.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that China can't feed its people without us. They can't.
So how many let's ballpark a number, how many people, like-minded people, can get together in a group without it being mixed?
None.
Mixed by people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely none. No, it can't happen at all. You can get like 2 or 3, 4 people. But after that, somebody else is going to have a different opinion, and they're not going to agree with you, and you're an idiot,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. But like this here, I can might disagree with something you say, but I'm not going to be mad and not like you about it, you know. And but we can talk about it as well.
To an extent, but once you get polarized by like presidents, Democrat, Republican, once you get somebody who's actually polarized by that kind of a thing,
Right.
they can agree with you all the way up until you say I'm going to vote for Trump, and then you're an idiot, and now you're their enemy.
So how do you get that person to be like, none of it really matters?
You can't.
It doesn't. None of it
You
matters.
can't.
I don't really think there's truly independent voters. You know, I mean, because the system's set up so the last presidential election, I really wanted to vote for the Libertarian.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really, really wanted that.
Yeah, but then they said, well, you're either going to vote for this guy or this guy because this guy's not going to stand a fucking chance. We've made sure of that. And so then what you do is you end up voting for, well, I'm not going to vote for this guy. You know what I mean?
You get the scales
So
out
like,
and say,
so
what
like,
do you think? You know?
like in 2016, I probably would have voted for Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
I would have regretted it, knowing now, hindsight and all. I would have regretted it, but I probably would have voted for Bernie. But they didn't give me the choice. They tell me I had to vote for Trump or Clinton, and in my brain, I'm not voting for Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Right.
And so I voted for Trump.
Yeah,
And even though I really didn't want to.
but that's how they keep us divided by
Right.
giving us two options, and it's literally the
Right.
lesser of two evils. And it's, it's been built this way to keep the money coming and going to the right people,
Yep.
to those people.
And
And it's
in the
nothing
end,
to
it
do with
doesn't even
politics. Yeah, it has
In the
nothing
end,
to
it doesn't
do
even matter.
because
They're all
so
buddies playing golf on the same golf course as any day.
so in our voting history, can you think of, and we're getting older, so we're paying a little more attention to it, but can you think of one presidential change that actually made a difference
Nope.
in your day-to-day life?
Zero.
Now, I will say,
Well, that's not true. That's not true because you can go back to Trump,
mhm,
and Trump made a difference, and it was an obviously visible difference because places went out of business because they didn't have the customers that they once had.
right, and that's what I was going.
Right.
So in my history, so
That one time.
yeah, Trump, and I'm not a Trump person, right? I don't really give two fucks, right? It's all money motivated. Clearly, it's money and power. That's all anybody wants. right?
Here's the thing about Trump.
But that dude literally put the tariffs on Chinese steel, which is literally our steel anyway. And then what happened here locally and nationwide is steel mills fired up. With the tariff was so high, it was cheaper to buy U.S. steel. U.S. made steel. So then everybody here got a mother effing job.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah,
had
you're
a
right,
job. There's people that we both know still have those jobs at steel mills
And-
that before him he couldn't have gotten that job.
So it was still corruption motivated.
Well, sure,
Still,
absolutely.
because how did he make his? Where's all his money? all his money's in real estate and high rises,
Sure.
which depend on steel,
Right.
which depend on workers, the steel. And so the better America did, and the lower the prices of this thing and that thing and this thing went, and the better America did, the more his bottom dollar, the more he profited
Sure.
from it.
No.
So the only difference is that he was invested in American companies, and he was invested in this country instead of taking all this money, funneling it from foreign aid. He was invested in this country. So what he did, out of corruption, just happened to benefit us because of where he's made all his money and,
Right.
and what he knows.
So when I was pushing this whole entire street, I was doing that. Yes, I'd like for everybody to do well in the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it also, I'm part of that street.
Right.
I want to do well too.
Right.
There's no difference in the two acts except for one is a street and the other is a country.
Right.
So, that's why, like, what he was doing resonated with me because it made financial business sense.
Right.
So, if we tax all the garbage that is literally just fucking just that, it's trash that comes into this country that lowers the value of everything that we are. Like Walmart, do you know Walmart used to be all American made products? Walmart until Walton fucking passed.
Yep.
Till Sam passed away. That shit was all made in America stuff. Go there now and find anything made in America. You can't. Same thing.
It's just all these politicians, they're all making money off all this foreign aid and supporting all these other countries because it's just money laundering. They're just funneling. It's the same as putting money in a Swiss bank account. They're just putting it through Ukraine and then flushing it back out the other end. And that's it. That's all they're doing. And insider trading and that they say they're not doing. Come on, man.
Oh, dude.
And you can't even, why even deny it?
I don't know why you keep quoting Biden.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Come
man.
on, man.
That's the most coherent thing he's ever said.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on,
But
man.
they all do it. Why even deny it at this point? Because nobody's going to do jack shit about it. So Pelosi should have stood on stand and went, yeah, I have control over this shit. Why wouldn't I get rich?
Right.
What's wrong with you?
But then
You get rich too, motherfucker.
Do you know how much more relatable if
Right.
people were just honest?
Right. I'd go
Jesus
vote for it.
fuck. Right. Like, yeah, no.
Because, I would do it too.
Right.
Put me in Congress. I'm going to do some insider trading.
Right.
Yeah, if you're on those committees and you know what's going to happen, and go ahead and
Dude,
Right.
if I know the bakery's closing, I'm going to go get some food before they close down.
Right. I'm going to call a buddy and I'm going to go, hey, go invest in this.
Right.
Get me on the other end.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you?
Like, what you do there, they're doing 1 million times because they know everything that's happening before you do.
Oh, yeah.
You're at such a disadvantage playing with that bullshit.
They're front running. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, if you had the money, though, if you had the money to invest, to follow what they're doing, like just a couple of politicians, just follow what they're doing. Like, oh, why are they investing in this all of a sudden? And grab you a piece of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then that'll work out for you. But who has the money to play
And
on
then-
the playing field that they're playing?
And then if you get that information, then how do you know? You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit
Well,
was
no,
done
but you can-
perfect timing.
You can watch.
No, I
You
understand.
can watch what their groups
Right.
that they're involved in. You can
Right.
watch it in real time what they invest in.
Mm-hmm.
So you're already behind the 8 ball on
Mhm.
it. But that's what I'm saying. That's why if you had the money to play the game,
Right.
because it's already went up this much by the time you're going to see it. You know what I mean? Because of their investments. But if you had the money to grab you a chunk, you'd do well with it. So that's a smart way to play it. But who's got the money to grab that chunk?
Right.
Once it's already in play, who's got the money to jump in?
Right.
Not us.
No.
Not your common,
No. We're trying to make 50 grand. They're making 50 million.
That's what was so great about GameStop and AMC is that was little people going, oh yeah,
Yeah.
fuck you.
What a beautiful joy. And then what happened? Oh, we better shut this shit down.
Man, and they shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they took control.
how mad are you that regular people manipulated the market to their own gain? Oh wait, that's what you fucking do.
Right.
That's what you do.
Right. Leave them. Let it happen.
Right.
Just
Well, no, it would flip the whole market upside down. Because all you'd have to do is
to an extent, those people are going to quit eventually. They'll stop.
No, fuck. Why would you stop?
Because they're idiots. Because they were all
They're
20-something-year-old kids, and they were all just dumb.
There's still groups that are doing it.
Well, yeah, there's still groups that are doing it, but
it's called hedge fund managers.
But
literally, that's what they fucking do.
But like the one kid that basically started it all because he lied, and you know what I mean. He was pumping it up, and he got in trouble for it. It's because he was dumb, and so that's how it ends. Because he did something stupid,
No.
and got busted out, and that's how it ends. Now he don't have shit. I'm sure he has something still, but you know what I mean. Well, it's like that. Okay, that guy that was. We watched that one show. Did you ever watch that? It's the one where they unveiled, the kid unveiled his court cases, how they unveiled the monitoring system, the thing that the cops use to track people that they're not supposed to be using.
Oh yeah. I did watch that.
I forget the name of it.
Black Hawk or something.
I forgot the name of it too.
Yeah.
But so that kid. Look at the setup he had. Look at the setup he had and all the money he made. And what'd he do? Stupid shit.
Oh yeah.
And got busted. That's how it would end. Eventually they would all do stupid shit and get busted. So that's how it ends. So just let them make their money and then catch them on the backside with the stupid shit and let all these other people benefit from it. You know what I mean? Like how much happier is your population going to be with money in their pocket? I mean, they're talking about giving money. That's what it is with giving money away every month. You know, giving people allowances every month. That's what it is. Is to make the population, to sate the population.
Like a cost of living allowance or whatever.
Yeah, and all that is to sate the population. That's all that is. So why not just let them enjoy some of the benefits that you're enjoying? And now you don't have to give them this money every month. You just let them make it. Let them have some of, their money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and I don't understand why people are so mad about that. Well, let them give people $2,000 a month to live off of. Yeah, is it coming out of your tax dollars? Yeah, but guess what? It's going to Ukraine right now. Right. You know what I mean?
Well, all that free money just set the stage for the inflation that we have now.
Right, but they were going to do it anyway. Right. So what's it matter? Mm-hmm. We were going to get this inflation anyway. Yeah, we were. No. Yeah, we were. They would have found a reason to raise all these prices and all this shit anyway.
Well, they were talking about it anyway because there was so much money moving around that, that the government's not making their money on.
Listen, I'd rather see the crackhead, the local crackhead down the street. I'd rather see him walking down the road with new clothes on and riding a nice bicycle. You know what I mean? With his $2,000 a month, than Nancy Pelosi getting another $3,000 vat of ice cream or whatever the fuck. I'd much rather see him enjoying it than.
But in the same token, that 2,000 becomes pennies. It becomes pennies because they're going to spend more than that all the time. All the time. So $2,000 doesn't mean shit a month and 6 months.
But I'd rather see him. But they're going to take it anyway.
He's broke in 6 months anyway.
Yeah, but they're going to take it anyway. So I'd rather see him have it and spend it like recklessly than them spend it recklessly.
And then a guy like me, if you got $2,000 a month, I'm just going to offer you a lump sum, and then I get you $2,000 a month.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. J.D. Whitworth.
877 cash now.
Right, 877 cash now.
What wonderful marketing.
Right.
Talking about marketing, what wonderful marketing.
Right.
I will forever know that song.
I like to see those places shut down though.
What's that?
I like that.
The lump sum thing?
No, the title loan places and all that.
Why is that?
What do I like to see them shut down?
Yeah, why? Because
it's predatory lending.
Yeah, okay, go on.
It's predatory lending.
What else?
That's the reason.
Okay.
I don't want to see
not for the people who know what they're getting into.
No.
Because people go in.
Yeah, you said I shut them down.
No, I said I like to see the ones that were around shut down.
Right.
Because they had one in Wood River should shut down. It was by title. It was across from Walgreens down there. It used to be where.
You know why those places shut down? I can tell you why those places shut down.
Why?
They shut down because they lended out all that money and then everybody lost their jobs. and there's no money in those cars. That was just stupid lending. There's no money in those cars.
Is Missouri Title Loan down there, or Illinois Title Loan?
They're all gone down there. They're not down there at all no more.
No.
There's one by, I think,
by the islands.
the Dollar Tree down there.
Yeah. The islands. Is that one still open? It's Hild Hardy's.
It's like Title Max or something.
No, it's Title. It's Illinois
No,
Title
I
Loan.
thought that one was gone too.
It looks like it's gone, but
I
every
think
now
it's
and then
gone
I
too.
see a car there.
The one across from the
U-Haul.
The one across from the movie theater, it's gone, which was right next to the.
That was
right next to
that
the
was
U-Haul.
CarMax
I was
or Title Max.
I was specifically talking about
And-
payday loans. So.
Okay.
And
But go on.
and I think Illinois Title's gone too.
Okay.
I think.
So, I know the Illinois Title Loan owners pretty well, actually. But so, payday loan serves a purpose.
Right.
Was it exploited, and was it marketed? Was it? But in any business, you're gonna hit this plateau, and then you're gonna do now as a business. Let's say you founded payday loans. I've opened payday loan stores around the country.
Okay.
I've opened title loan stores around the country. Is it predatory lending? If you look at like who is to say what's predatory?
Right.
Did I force you to fucking take
No.
this loan? Okay. So was my stores, my companies, they all explained what happens. Explains the dollar amount. We did it here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 244%. Pawn shops charge 244% a year. That's our APR. That's our state max in this state. So is that predatory lending? 244%. Is the 25% I'm paying on $50,000 in credit card debt? Is that predatory lending?
Yeah.
It feels like it right now.
Yeah.
It feels real fucking predatory right now. Like Chris Hansen should be fucking sitting down with MasterCard. That's how predatory it is.
But
I think that it's like so.
But let me go through. But there's times where that service really fills a niche to a demographic that we really don't understand.
But they do open up specifically in low income areas for people with no credit, knowing that that's where their bread and butter is, knowing
Sure.
that these people aren't going to pay,
The system's fucked, so
knowing
they have
that
to,
they're
to
not
go
going,
there.
right?
So-
knowing that they're not going, that they can't afford to get it anywhere else.
So we were talking about raising the debt ceiling, and we said, hey, just grab more credit cards, right? That that's what the government's doing, right?
Yeah.
So in essence, that's also what they do.
Right.
So the problem lies where the person gets deep. I'm deep right now, right? I would love to borrow more money. And if I could borrow more money, it would just have to be, and I know it would have to be such a dollar amount that I can wipe out all high interest and then bust my ass to pay that dollar amount back. So I'm looking at $100,000 minimum, and that's without growth. That's without operating capital, if you will. So I've serviced so many people that had done the loans the right way. Now, are there people that take advantage of this service and bury themselves in it? Absolutely. Did I take advantage of credit cards for the same thing? I did. I did nothing any different than what payday loan customers do. And they do open where the demographic says to open.
And then they.
So, I mean, it's also the consumer. And I'm on the side where the consumer is responsible for their decisions.
Right.
Just like I am right now. I
can see that point, but then again, I can also see that.
But
these companies.
But there's a line where
These companies loan this money out, and you know this. They loan this money out, and then they can go, well, we're worth double whatever they've got loaned out. They're worth double.
It's 5 times.
And then they sell it.
Yes.
And then they sell it all.
That's literally what I did.
And because that's the whole business model is to accumulate accumulate as much as you can in this area,
Right.
and then sell it all for 5 times.
Five times.
For 5 times.
Minimum's 5 times.
And so they're making money on top of the money that they're making to these people that don't have the money.
Right.
So I can understand where he's saying they're a very, very bad thing, but at the same time, you took the loan.
Right.
If you're in
So,
debt, it's
so
your
if
problem.
you need $500 in the state of Illinois, if you need $500, unless it's changed, and I've been out for a long time, the interest on $500 is $80.
Okay.
So if you needed a tire, you had nothing else, and you need to borrow $500, and you know that you get paid in a couple days, but you still have to get to work for those couple days, then $80 is not predatory. That makes sense. Now go to your bank and ask them for $500. They will not give it to you.
No, you're right.
Right.
Here's what I'm saying is like, maybe it's because I've created a life where I have friends and access to things where if I need a tire, I could call you, or I could call, hey, I need a tire. Like, where should I go? What should I do? Right? Some people don't have that.
No.
And at the same time is they're in a niche where their income does not allow them to have state benefits, and they're on this thing, but they have 4 kids, and their kids are starving at home, and they need to buy fucking groceries.
So on that, then, you know, I mean, we can get real deep here, because the person with 4 kids is going to figure out a way to manipulate the system to get more money.
And more power to them, you want my opinion.
And then so now all 4 kids are what? They're ADD. Now they get $674 a month per kid.
I'm saying that they're in a position where they can't get state aid.
It went up since I was dealing with it.
It's over $900 now.
Jesus Christ.
No, they can't get that, right? You know, but there's a person who's getting $1,000 a month on a food card.
Right.
This person can't get it because they're $1,000 out of the income bracket, right?
Okay.
But there's things that happen. But then you get charged all this extra money.
You just learn how to manipulate the system then, if that's what you want to do.
So that's the downfall is you have to. I know a guy
who's an expert. Actually, my dad's entire side of the family is an expert at manipulating
the system.
Yeah.
So and that's
I have too big of a heart. So no, that's what it is.
So I didn't qualify for Emily to get free lunch because I made too much money when I was raising Emily. Now everybody eats free, which fucking sucks because
they don't.
Oh, I thought. No. Well, in Alton School District, all lunches are fucking free.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like that.
So
Emily's last 2 years.
So we didn't qualify for free lunch either, but we got free lunch. You know why we got free lunch? Because I'd show up my tax bill every month and go, I already paid you. every school year I'd show up that tax bill and go, no, I already paid you.
Right. So,
I'm not giving you that $300 because I've already paid you $874 this year. There it is right there. Right. And I can see how much you've made in total for this year. Where'd all that money go? Because it's not, where did it all go? You're out here paving a brand new blacktop in the parking lot. No, feed my kid. I didn't have brand new, I went to this school and there was potholes everywhere. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean?
So whenever, I made $10 an hour. I had an apartment. And I was raising Emily, and she went to public school, which isn't free because you have to buy bullshit all the fucking time. Mm-hmm. I make $70,000 a year, but can you have your kid bring in some tissue?
Right.
Bro, what?
Right.
Jesus Christ, get a different job if you can't afford tissue. And it's for the kids that can't.
Yeah.
Dude, so I made $10 an hour. Emily had all her supplies. We just didn't have shit. We didn't have anything. You find a couch on the fucking side of the road. Guess what? That's your fucking couch. And then you have to have the desire and the will to want more.
Yeah.
I believe in my heart of heart and working where I've worked in the past, there's no one there to mentor, to create hope, to create that desire to want more. Because why would you want to go bust your ass when your house is free? You get X amount of dollars for food, and then what is it? I can only work so many hours, or they
don't get more.
They never get more.
Well, they don't get more.
Now we're in the generation 4 of handouts. These kids, they're born in the hood and they stay in the hood. They literally all they do.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Not all of them. But there's more. I've talked to way more people have never left the projects.
Well, probably, yeah.
They'd never left the fucking projects. And their life is fine. What's crazy is they're just as happy as anybody else.
Well, yeah. They don't know any. They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know that the other side of the country is this. And
right.
The other side of the country is
They don't know the other side of the river's got a little bit more hope. And they're out hustling a little bit more.
Right.
The hustle's the same. It's just in different dollar amounts and different, you're hustling different people. In the projects, they hustle the government. Mm. They get a free phone.
And everybody's mad about it. Why? Why the government's hustling you?
Exactly right.
Why can't they? What is your problem with them hustling the government? Government's hustling. That's like everybody gets, when they post whatever PD or somebody will post, hey, we're looking for these people that robbed Walmart.
Yeah, fuck
I
you.
ain't sharing that. Fuck
Right.
Walmart.
Right. Not only fuck Walmart,
Walmart.
but that's your job, bro. Like, hey, if anybody, we put out stuff to share to help drive business, right?
Hey, this guy robbed a bank. Help us. No.
Right.
The bank robbed me.
Right.
Fuck the bank.
Right. No. Well, what was it? They were looking
Stop
for.
snitching.
They were looking for. They were looking for pork. And I said, hey, I'll give you $500 if you leave town.
Right.
You watch Smokey and the Bandit? Were you rooting for the cops?
Right.
I mean, there's a
these
job.
people-
They have a job. Do the job. These people, this is what they know. This is the hustle. Just like was it Jamaicans or whoever? They
find
rap songs about scamming Americans.
They
It's their
find so
fucking
much
job.
morality. They find so much morality in things that you shouldn't have morality about. Like, let's step over homeless people, but they got a problem with a guy robbing Walmart? The fuck out of here.
Right. Yeah, no.
Fuck out of here.
No, I mean, so pawn shops and payday loan stores, title loan stores, all that stuff it serves a purpose, it serves a niche, and there's got to be some personal responsibility.
Right, but they do focus solely on people who are already so far fucked that they don't have a choice.
Well, if I was to...
They're just driving them further and further and further into a hole.
Okay, so
that they can make this massive amount of profit on something that doesn't even actually exist.
So I'm
not disagreeing
No,
with
yeah,
you.
let's
I'm
take
just,
that- let's
there's-
let's
there's
take
a
that
point.
example.
I understand the point.
But what happens when they get so high in debt? What happens? They default, right?
Right.
So obviously that's not the end game. That's not part of the business model, is to have them so far upside down as to default.
It's to have them keep coming back and getting more.
Right.
But they can write that shit off. Well, they'll offer them to come back and get more. I know this for a fact.
Write that shit off is not a thing that you think it is. I mean, it's still money loss.
But they write it off at the end. It's not really money lost. They write it off at the end.
Money not collected is money lost.
And then they write it off at the end. And so then why in 6 months after they write it off, why in 6 months do they send invitations for these people you can come back and get a loan?
They still want to get what? The interest. They
You can
still
come
want
back
their
and get a-
juice.
but they're not getting that money no more.
No, they're not. But
They're starting them all over.
How do you get that money?
So if you lost all this money, then why are you? If this person caused you to lose all this money, then why are you going to offer him the availability to lose all this money again? If you didn't really lose that money any damn way, because they didn't really lose that money anyway.
No, you're looking at it. So if
I'm sure there's a percentage if
no.
Yeah.
So if Drew owes me $500, right? So he owes me $580. He defaults on the loan. Drew comes to me and says, "Hey, can I borrow $100?" Sure, it's $120. So now that $500 is now down to what? It's down to that the $580 is down to $560 when you paid the $120.
No, it ain't, because now that's the interest on the $100.
Oh, right, but it's all interest.
It's the
all
interest on the $100,
money.
not the interest on the $580. But because you weren't able to, because you actually lost that $580, whereas that company didn't lose that $580. That company didn't lose that $580 because they parted out, they sold this amount of that debt to here, and they wrote this, and even though they sold it over here and these people paid them, the collection agency paid them, they still wrote it off at the end of the year, and they got this huge tax break.
It's not a tax break. That's not how it works. It's if you don't collect money, you don't have money. Do you get to write off some for some? And what that does is lower your liability of that what you owe, which is a whole nother fucking scam in the system.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
They
but
lose,
you can only
they
do
don't
that.
owe that much
You
anymore.
can only do that so much. Only do that
How much
so
you
much
think
in the
they're losing?
IRS.
How much do you think they're losing?
It should be like
How much do you think? How many people do you think are defaulting?
about 10%, 15%.
It's that the business model doesn't make any sense. If you're losing all that money, then why are you sending 6 months later? You're sending invitations for them to come back and get all that money again.
Because it generates revenue. So if somebody loses something in the pawn shop, do we pawn something else for them?
Well, yeah, but we have an asset.
Right, we do have an asset.
That's not an asset.
Well, actually, the check is an asset. So that's what payday loans are. You write a check,
Right,
you hold
right.
a check. And
So
you do have
so
an
there
asset.
you go. They didn't really lose the money.
So
if somebody lost something in the pawn shop, we didn't lose money. We made money.
Yeah, we actually
lost
make
it
more.
for a minute, right? We made more.
Yeah,
we
actually
lost
made
it
more.
for we had to sit and wait longer.
Sure.
But at the same time, really did you? Because if they lost it, it was usually gone within a week or two. Whereas instead of letting them pay their $3 every month.
Right. But what I'm saying is it's the same concept. We didn't, because they defaulted on that loan, and that's what that is. When they didn't pick up their pawn, they default. When they signed those paperwork, what were they signing? We had our APR.
Right.
It was a loan agreement
Yeah.
that we held something for, right?
Yeah.
Same thing in payday loan. So if they defaulted on that loan, why would I not want them? Now, would I give them the same amount? If somebody brought something in and pawned it, always lost it, and this happened, and then they brought something else in, what do we do? Do we give them the full value?
No, you give them less money.
There you go.
Because you knew they were going to default.
Then if they build the credit back up with us, what? Then we give them more money. And they're paying and they're paying and they're paying. And then same thing. It's the same concept that you literally had worked.
But we had an asset. So where's the asset?
The asset is the relationship.
The title loan places are gone because there was no money in them cars. Because A, I can sell this car without a title. I didn't steal it. So screw you. You don't get nothing. Some other guy's got it. You're never going to find it again. B, it's just a bad business model. They're loaning on cars that aren't worth shit.
To
people who don't have money.
So what has happened with car title loans is states have gotten involved and raised the how much it costs to run that business. So you used to be able to go out and do key repos.
Right. Yeah, you can't no more.
You cannot no more. So now the minimum to repossess a car is probably $500 by now.
Yeah, probably because it was like $250.
Yeah, it's $350 when I was in the payday loan business. So then you have storage, auction fees, blah blah blah. Right.
You don't make no money.
So now you're taking your car that might be worth $2,000.
Well, yeah, you're not getting that at auction.
You're not getting it at auction. So, and then what has happened in the last 30 years of doing title loans, because title loan is no different, really, than a pawn.
Right.
I mean, you're literally pawning your car. You just get to keep the car. Cool. But what has happened over this time is the states, the regulations, everything the cost of doing business has rose so much. Just like here in the state with the pawn shops.
Right.
With the state's fee, the surveillance system, everything to do with firearms got so big. Somebody here?
It's Mikey.
Oh. It got so expensive that small shops like us couldn't do. So Illinois Title Loan and Missouri Title Loan, it's owned by two guys, and they just went, Jesus fuck, we're not making the money we were. Let's just close this shit down.
That's what I was getting at. And then when everything went belly up, because that's when they disappeared. When everything went belly up the last 3 years, there was no, the smaller ones that were around here were just like, there's no money here no more.
Right.
We've defaulted on all these cars that ain't worth shit. And now there's no money, there's no.
And then CarMax,
we can't continue.
And CarMax was all marketing. That was not CarMax, TitleMax. That was a marketing company that was literally just trying to do what I was doing 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I would just loan out $20,000. I get $20,000 on the books to people, at $500 a piece, which is a decent amount of people, right? So typically my back then, your cap was $500. You didn't loan because it's $80 interest. So you got to come up with $580 in 2 weeks or a month or whatever, right? So it's just not worth doing even payday loans. Like now you have to have such a higher dollar amount, more liability, and then what are you? You're always scrutinized. They almost fucked the whole pawn industry in Illinois. They're going to cap them at 25% a year. 25% when you're getting $240. Guess how much money you're going to get on anything? Pennies.
Nothing.
Pennies.
Yeah, it's not even worth doing.
It's not worth fucking storing it.
That's why when people come in, you just be like, well, I'll pay you more if you sell it to me.
All right. That's how we got away with making actual revenue was, look, I give you this for pawn, which was pennies, because we got to wait fucking 90 days. Or we're going to give you a little bit more if you just want to sell it. And if they chose pawn, a lot of times they came back through.
Yeah.
They would come get it back out, and they knew that was a good asset that we would give them X amount of dollars for.
Right.
And we built beautiful relationships. I was somewhere random. Where was I? I was at Sam's Club, and a worker goes, I really miss your pawn shop.
I was in jail.
Right. Chuck's in jail and he's like, hey, when's my shit due? Bro, I didn't bring the computer. I don't know.
I don't know. You're getting locked up, bud. You ain't getting it out anyway. Oh, my wife's gonna come. Probably not, because you're locked up for beating her up. I highly doubt she's gonna come pay your shit.
Yeah, go get your shoes. All right, it's almost noon.
It's.
Let's wrap this up.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching. This is episode 64, right? 5?
65.
Yeah, thanks for watching episode 65. Got a little too much into the politics and fucking money there.
Not enough into the politics.
No, there ain't nothing worth it in politics talking about.
It really isn't.
Chuck did a lot of Biden impersonations, so that was awesome. Come on, man. And then we appreciate you guys watching. Give us a like, share, follow, comment. Yeah, tell us.
I miss W. Listen, fool me once.
Shame on, fool me twice. Shame on
No,
me.
it was fool me once. It was fool me once. Fool me can't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again. Motherfucking potato.
Miss that guy.